Aha! It worked. Who knew? I had to shut down the program about 3 times to get to where I wanted to go. That's how modern technology goes. Okay, Briggs. Yeah, this was Steve Briggs' idea to do this. Now I'm going to give you a bit different background and show you my ceiling. I'm going out to the catio. It's pretty nice outside. It's going to be over 80 up here, I think Wednesday, which is summertime, and everybody's going to be out not social distancing, I predict. See, I'll show you around my whole catio. When I got cats, the thing I knew about cats is eventually they're going to bring a dead mouse into your bed. I had a friend in Hawaii that had cats, and I was there one day when I came home from a hike or something, and there was parts of a bird on the kitchen floor because of the cats. And I thought, nah, not so into that. But the cats were so cuddly, I was very interested in cats. And my mother hated cats. I remember she used to shoo them out of the house with a broom when I was little. I mean, not cats that we owned, just cats that happened to get through. And so I think my whole family doesn't like cats, but hanging out with those cats in Hawaii, I thought, this is the best. And after my last dogs passed, I didn't have any pets for 5 years. And then my friend said, you need a cat. And she had what she called a cat sanctuary. Most people would call it hoarding when you get up to about 60 cats. So I took one off her hands, and I really dug it. And of course, this is how animals work, right? I thought, okay, now I have a cat. My cat needs a cat buddy. So I got another cat. Now I have Mitch and Kelsey. And Mitch's name came because my friend was in my house, and we were wondering what to call Mitch. And there was a notepad on the floor that somebody had given me that was Mitch's notepad that he would give out because he did pinstriping on cars. And he gave it to me. That was on the floor, and the cat became Mitch. And then Kelsey became Kelsey because he's got kind of reddish hair, and I thought, well, it's got to be Irish, Scottish kind of a name. So that's how. First thing I did was to give them a way to get out. So there's like a cage that goes out one of the windows so they can get onto the patio. And I built this ramp system so they can have fun things to do. At one point I had a tree trunk in here suspended so they could pretend they were out in nature and do what cats do, which is lots of, oh look, we have one right here. Who knew? This is one of the first times he's gotten out this season. I love it when they do that. That's so cool. And this is when I was into making glass. This is some fused glass panels, and then I just filled the rest up with sticks and stuff. And of course, if you're going to have a catio, you have to have artwork, pictures of other cats. Because what do humans do in a house? You put pictures up of other humans. So here is a piece of glass that I put some copper and brass metal between 2 layers of glass. And made cats. And of course, I had to have pictures of other cats. I didn't make this, this is somebody painted this stuff. And so I got perches and fun things for the cats to play with all over the place. I have things suspended in the air. This is one of my favorites, this fat ass Buddha cat right here. And then I've got another Buddha cat and a Buddha dog. Check this out. And I've got a little fountain I just fired up for the season the other day, so I love the sound of that. I actually decorated the cat box, but it's falling apart with a steampunk map of the world. Who doesn't decorate their cat's box? All right, now this is way different from... Okay. Yeah, the catio is great. I had to do that. In fact, I'll take you through my whole backyard because I went to town doing different things. It's the catio is kind of like my own train set where I keep thinking, what else could I do for the cats to entertain them? I try to put my mind into the mind of a cat. What would make me happy? Oh, you see the bats in the background, right there. It's like being a weatherman with things backwards. There's a guy in town that makes really cool metal stuff, and so I've been collecting bats for the last 3 years, once a season. He does really great work. He makes giant bells and fun things like that. Well, I'll show you my masterpiece. One of the first things I did for my backyard was to get... I love Japan, so I painted this bright red as a little overpass. And then this thing was my project that, man, this took probably the better part of a month to put together. You know, the cats have... In the patio, there's 2 different ways to get out. I have a dog door because I have two dogs as well. And then they have their own cage they can come through to get out. But then I decided they need to be able to get out my bedroom window into nature. So I created kind of a tunnel for them to go through that is fenced. And then this thing is a platform that's up about 10 or 12 feet with a spiral staircase so that the cats can climb. And only one of my cats, Mitch, is the only one brave enough to do it. But he'll go up there for hours on end, and he knows that's made for him. And he'll just get up there and flip off the other cats. All the other cats are jealous because they don't have that. Boy, the birds are going off today. It's super cool. Okay, if anybody has questions, then I can just be focused about something other than blabbing about my cat patio. Oh, look at this too. I have this is one of the places that Kelsey especially likes to hang out. It's an old Coca-Cola, what do you call it? A thing to hold glass Coke bottles. And I just suspended it, and the cat just loves to jump off various perches and hang out there all day long. And it must be nice to be a cat. No worries. Except, you know what, the cats, they never used to do this. And this last year, they've decided that I need to be up at 7 in the morning. I think I need to take a squirt gun to bed because I'm not having it. Wave. Look at all the waves. So this is my outdoor hang. I just love being out here when the weather's nice. Have a cup of coffee in the morning. Oh, look at the hearts coming in, you sweet people. You know, all these people on Instagram that did not see my Facebook Live just now, I just blabbed for a solid hour, and I don't know how many words I have left in me. So if you got any questions about anything, I would be glad to jump in. Somebody called Lovely Teaser, which reminds me of one of the Michael Jackson tributes that I've worked with, Rodrigo Teaser. He has a really great show. The dog is chasing flies. Oh, Jesus, really? Hey, the fly is not... Oh, this could be bad. This could be really bad. I have to show him that the fly doesn't care what he thinks of him. Hey, don't do that, please. There's nothing there. I got a little... Elvis, what? There might be some other bug in there. God, Jesus. See, when pets want something, they want something. It's kind of like I never needed to have kids because this is about all I can handle. I want that. I want that. Give me that. 2.0. Elvis, he's being a little bastard right now, actually. He's an odd dog. He's one of those dogs that I've never had one before, where he likes to, unless it's too hot, he likes to sleep under the covers. He likes to burrow under the covers. And on a cold night, it's kind of nice because he's super warm and furry. Elvis is cute. He knows it, too. I got Elvis when I was working for Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. Because Elvis in Las Vegas, how can you not call a dog Elvis? Yeah. Oh, you want to make out? You totally want to make out. I know you want to make out. Lick my makeup off. He's got the shittiest breath. It's just awful. I've never had a dog with such bad breath before. And I took him to get his teeth cleaned about a year ago, and all of a sudden, he had really great breath. And I thought, good, that's done. A month later, back to stink mouth. Elvis, you got a new show? He's kind of demanding and kind of codependent. And he thinks he owns me because he does. That's how that works with dogs. My other dog is Bambi. Hello, Brazil. I just saw a thing on your president yesterday. I think your president and my president should be sent to an island somewhere to infect each other with COVID. Just me thinking. Yeah, he's not taking it seriously down there. It's just crazy. And it is such a huge country and so much poverty in parts of the country where people might not have the option to socially distance and get masks and all that. It's kind of crazy. Makes you wonder about the leaders of the world, how they get there and why they get there. But that'll take me down a really dark path of talking. Let's keep it light. Welcome, Lucy and Kath Jackson. This, I'm no longer an Instagram Live virgin. I made it happen. Ciao, Italia. I miss the mozzarella. And I used to take a walk every way. When I wasn't working, I stayed in a hotel that was near where my agent lived. And I would take these long walks, and it was so cool. It's like everybody was growing tomatoes in their front yard. I just wanted to jump over their fences and steal them all, because there is nothing like fresh tomatoes. In America, boy, most of the grocery stores do not have anything remotely like the Italian tomatoes. They're all genetically modified, and they taste like wallpaper. Portland, Oregon. It's a great place to be right now. I got pet fur on my nose. Invariably, I wake up and pull a cat hair out of my nose. I'm not quite sure how they get there. Navi at Seven Oaks. I remember Seven Oaks. I've taken the train down that way many times because Jeff Beck lives south of London. And there's a story for you. More cat hair. Jesus. The first time I took a train from London down south, I'm not used to taking trains, and especially in a foreign country. And I knew the stop I was supposed to get off at, and I knew the stop to be able to go direct and not having to change planes or trains. So I took the train, and I didn't know there was a first class and a regular class. I just got on the closest car and sat and looked at the beauty out the window. And when I saw the sign for my stop coming up, I went to the door and I couldn't open it because there's no handle on the inside of the train door. Little did I know, you're supposed to pull down the window and reach outside to get the handle. There was no sign, no nothing. And in my panic, the train stopped and the train started up again. And it was like a nightmare. And fortunately, it was long before cell phones. This was 20 years ago. I understood. I took the time between my stop and the next stop to educate myself on how the hell you get off a train in England. And so when I stopped, I opened the door from the outside, and luckily I had a pound coin, and luckily there was a phone at the train station, and luckily Jeff's girlfriend, now wife, was home to receive my call, and I explained what happened, and he zipped on down to the next station in his Batman Corvette and picked me up. And boy, does that guy drive fast. Wow, he is like Batman. It's crazy. I remember the first time I drove with him, he gassed it, and I thought, if I'm gonna die, this is a pretty cool way to go. And she died in a fiery crash with Jeff Beck at the wheel. And it was an American car, so he was on the flip side of most people from the UK, which that must just mess with your brain. You're used to driving on the wrong side of the road all the time, like they do in Japan as well. Greetings from Barcelona, some of the best seafood on earth. Wish I could go to dinner there right this minute. I've been there many times. I was there last year, I think, for a Washburn guitar clinic. And I remember that very well because the taxi dropped me off at the wrong place. And I had to haul all of my luggage, which is never light, a guitar, a carry-on on wheels, and a separate suitcase, about 2 blocks on cobblestone streets to get to my destination. That sucked. See, I'm very damaged from the road, so there are parts of lockdown that are super okay with me. But, you can't see the world without leaving your house. So I have seen many parts of the world. I would love to go back again. And northern Spain is so cool. I've been to many places in Spain. I remember several years ago I went to Portugal and landed in Madrid to go to my next destination, and didn't realize it was a time change. And I'm just lollygagging around, having a meal. And all of a sudden, I realized, I looked at a local clock that was not the time on my watch, and I had to haul ass to get to I went to rebook my flight. I thought I was going to miss it for sure. And in the end, it turned out that the flight was delayed, so all was well. But I have never run so fast through an airport with a backpack on my back. I was just dripping with sweat. So lovely. When was the first time I came to Brazil? Boy, I don't remember. I think it was with Jeff Beck about 20 years ago. We went to Rio, one of the 2 most dangerous cities on the planet, next to Johannesburg. And it's no big deal to you, but for the rest of us, the idea of not stopping at a red light because you might get carjacked was kind of different. You just kind of make sure nobody's going to crash into it, and you keep going. And I remember the Ipanema, Ipanema Beach is in Rio, and there was a bar that was selling the Girl from Ipanema t-shirts, because that's where Jobim used to drink and write some songs. And Jeff Beck picked me up a t-shirt there. He went out with some other guys, and I cherish it. It's probably totally in threads right now, but I think I still have it. Do I plan on retiring soon? In my mind, I retired 10 years ago, but, something about paying the mortgage isn't quite going to allow that. I was trying to, for the last 2 years, travel less, and that's why I started up a cover band locally to do some, balance it out, because I was just gone too long. In fact, I was just doing my taxes, and I was looking at all the time I was gone last year, and it's just too much. And luckily, my best friend will live at my house when I'm gone, so, the pets don't have to always be with a stranger. Every once in a while they do. But they're starting to age out. How many cats? I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. And the dogs happen the same way. You know, you have one and you think, well, my dog needs a friend, so I need another dog. Actually, I was traveling. I bought a motorhome to go around America and play my multimedia show last year. No, 10 years ago. And I didn't have any pets at the time, and my best friend said, you know, you need a dog out there. And I thought, yeah, that's what I need. and in his statement, I read, so you're going to be the pet sitter when I'm flying away, aren't you? Which he has been for a lot of the times. But there's nothing like a dog. I mean, I do love my cats like crazy, but there's a special relationship with a dog where they're much more emotionally deeper than a cat. And I saw a thing, some scientist was talking about the difference in a cat's brain compared to a human and a dog's brain compared to a human. And a cat's brain was about 8%, as I recall, of what a human brain is. And a dog's brain was closer to 20 or 25 or something like that. So it's just a different kind of thing. But my cats do come when they're called. I don't know if it's because they grew up with cats. You know, I had the two cats. I had no pets for 5 years. Then I had the one cat, and maybe a year later, maybe less than a year, I got another cat. And I tried to walk the cat, and it didn't go well. I'm used to being able to walk my animals because I've been a dog person ever since I was 12. Request 2.0 sent a request to be in your view. I don't even know what that means. So does that mean that some people can't see me if they're not an official friend or something? Just email me later. I have no clue. But yeah, once I got a puppy, that kind of pissed the cats off, but then they got used to it. And when I went to Vegas and came back home, then I had another puppy, and the cats really didn't like that. So that's when I started making a ramp system inside the house so that the cats never really have to touch the ground if they don't want to. And one of the cats just always stayed high on platforms and on my ramp system until the puppy was maybe 2 or 3 years old and started calming down. Then the cat finally was cool with the puppy. I'd see, boy, these messages are much more difficult on the phone because they just fly by. So feel free to write them again if I'm not answering. It means they're trying to live with you. The screen is going to be divided for two of you. Well, that's a whole other tutorial. And I just know if I add somebody, it's just going to make everything blow up and disappear, and I'll start swearing again. Was that... Okay, is that Briggs? I see two different things that say one. If that's you, Steve, I'm going to try it. And if it blows up, so be it. Go live with Steve Briggs. Aha! Okay, I'm at... So, in theory, it says waiting for Steve Briggs UK connecting. Hey, Steve.
Billy, hold on. Let me see if I can flip this round. Where am I? I can't see me.
For those of you who don't know, Steve Briggs is he's a good buddy of mine. He's Navi's right-hand guy that saves Navi's ass on a regular basis.
Can you see me, Jennifer?
I see your computer now. I did see you before.
Okay, hold on, because I can't see me. I can see you, but I can't see me. Can you see me now?
I can see you, yes, and your lovely white ceiling.
Whoa, okay. Awesome. So welcome to Instagram.
Yeah, well, thanks for giving me the idea. I know you leave a bunch of people out. I know Facebook is supposed to be for old people, right? It's going for Instagram.
This is where it's at. This is where it's at.
I'm always behind the 8 ball, man. I just discovered TikTok about 2 minutes ago.
Can't wait to see those videos.
That is the greatest. Oh my God. I mean, there's a huge variety of stuff that's on there, but the talking animals is the best. It's the greatest comic relief, you know, in the middle of your day when you're starting to sink and go, oh God, here's another day of COVID. Then you see this dog talking about, oh, well, hello.
Bless you.
Apparently somebody wants to share my seat with me. This is my alternate pillow here. Yeah, but some of the TikToks, man, I have favorited some of the people, and there's one guy, man, I don't know his name, but he lip syncs parts of movies and TV shows, and he's
Mhm.
so good at it. He does all the facial expressions, and I'm looking at him every day now.
Cool. So yeah, so this is the whole split screen thing. So if anybody sends you a request to ask a question, then they can do it like this. So you can see them and say hi, and then I think there's a little X, so I can exit out of this when I want. I don't know if you can kick me out of it or whatever, but it's kind of a cool way to interact as well, which is slightly different to Facebook.
Yeah, actually, it's a lot better because talking into the air is fatiguing. You know, at least you get the text and can semi communicate with people that way. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
really looking forward to is Zuckerberg was talking about the new meeting room that will hold up to 50 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and it's going to work out a system where you can charge people. So it's like a private party, but it's a way for me to make money and not have to get on a plane because I can't.
Awesome.
So
Well, listen,
for a
you know
nominal
what?
fee, go ahead.
I was going to say I'll leave you to it, but don't forget you haven't told people about your YouTube channel on Instagram yet.
I have what?
You haven't told people about your YouTube channel on Instagram.
Oh, I can't. Okay. You know, I'm blabbing so much I can't remember what the hell is going on. Okay, anybody that's joined in now, I have a YouTube channel that I'm uploading stuff to on a regular basis, and I have two things that I'm doing a lot. I have one playlist called The Riff Kitchen, where I'm uploading riffs and I play them fast and slow and explain where they're coming from, the scales and the techniques involved. So if you're a guitar player, check in. If you're not, send a guitar player in your life to the Riff Kitchen, because I'm always cooking up something new, some slimy, greasy southern chisel. And my other one is storytelling. My other playlist is called K. So this one time, okay. And every Monday, every Story Monday, I'm going to be adding a new story of behind the scenes. And so far, it's been mostly Michael Jackson tour stuff. Eventually, I'll get to Jeff Beck stuff. And I mean, there are so many stories stuck in the gray matter. It's just a matter of being triggered. Like somebody wrote to me about what happened in Turkey when we canceled on, what was it, the History Tour, I think? And that just triggered that whole thing. It just took me back to those days and those moments. So anybody that wants to trigger memories, I am thankful for it because I will start spewing stories. Oh God, he's
Awesome.
chasing flies again. Oh no, he's chasing
Right,
the cat.
I'm gonna
Okay.
not hijack you anymore. So I just say hi, and I'll see you soon.
Well, thanks for giving me the idea to do this. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. No problem.
Okay. I think I'm talked out too. I already did an hour on Facebook. And let's see. You know, if anybody wants to check in to my Facebook music page, I will always post where I'm going to be. I suppose I could post here too, but it's like things just come and go and you forget. Okay, if there's any last minute questions, I'll answer a few before I take off and have a bit of lunch. That's how British people speak. They always speak in a female voice. Ever since Monty Python. Well, thank you, Red Jackson. I appreciate that. Welcome to my backyard. Do I have any projects coming up with Rodrigo Teaser? Yeah, I was supposed to play with him in April in New York, and obviously it got canceled. They're talking about sending it off to Minnie Marks, is that you? I hope it is. You badass player. If anybody doesn't know who Minnie Marks is, she's a wonderful guitar player, singer, and drummer, and she does it all at the same time. It's I'm jealous of that. I can't even chew gum and play guitar at the same time. You know, one text will send my brain into the abyss, and I have no idea what I was talking about before that. Yeah, I hope that stuff happens in November. Who knows? If everybody's smart in our collective countries and doesn't get each other sick and does the mask thing. You know, I even have a cookie tray that I filled with water and bleach that I put my shoes in before I enter the house, hoping that if I picked up a virus on my walks or in the store or wherever, it will be gone by the time I hit my rug. Ah, you saw me with Rodrigo in Brazil. Yeah, he puts on a really great show. Thank you very much. It's a great band. It was a fun hang. Not a lot of sleep while I was there. You know, we were just running and running and running from gig to gig and doing some TV shows and press and all that. Thanks, Riff Kitchen. I'm having a good time doing it. You know, I've been just keeping recording riffs onto my phone for the last couple of years, and invariably I get in there, and rather than learn what I did before, I just start jamming and coming up with some new stuff, and that's what gets released. I'm gonna try to do them. You know, I'm always gonna do them every day, but it's really hard to keep up that pace. I think I'll do them Tuesday through Friday, and then do an encore posting over the weekend, and then the storytelling of Case. So there's one time, okay, that's on my YouTube playlist. I'll release on Mondays. So when everybody wakes up Monday wishing they could go to work and you can't, at least you can start with some behind the scenes stories. And I'm starting to add some more techniques, which is fun. Now I have two cameras. I'm upgrading to two cameras, and the sound is getting better, and hopefully the stories are getting better. Um, well, thank you. It would mean a lot if you could check out your profile. Okay, if I click on it now, everybody will go away, I'm pretty sure. Can I guest you? I don't even know what that means. I guess I'm that old. I don't have a clue. Oh, to guest you. All right, is that you there? Little Eli or LA? Okay, I'm clicking. Go live with you. Allison Clark. I'm adding you now. These newfangled things. Waiting for Allison connecting, Allison connecting.
Yes, hi, Jennifer.
Hey, how are you? Glad.
Yes, yes. So my name is Allison Clark from New York City, and I am a huge, and I mean huge, Michael Jackson fan.
Well, welcome. Uh, the numbers are looking a lot better in New York City. It's getting a little safer out there day by day. You know, I used to live in upstate New York near Watkins Glen, Rochester area. That's where I was born.
You know that I was born in upstate New York too. I was born in Fishkill, New York.
Oh, really? I don't know where
Yeah,
that's at.
Fishkill. Yeah. Well, Fishkill, New York is in upstate New York.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you end up in New York City?
Oh you know, since I lived in Fishkill, upstate New York, from 1996 to 1999, and then my and then my mom and dad moved down here to New York, but unfortunately they separated in 1999.
Yeah.
So my mom and I ended up living here with with my grandparents, but unfortunately but unfortunately, since I lost my grandmother over 2 years ago.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, she was 96 years old.
Holy crap. That is a
Hmm.
long ass life.
Yeah.
A life well
Yeah.
lived.
Yeah, and and not that, but she liked Michael Jackson too. But she liked his kids more. Yeah.
Well, different people resonate with different people, don't they?
Uh-huh. Yes, you know that I was born during the history tour in 1996.
Really? Well, you are
Yeah.
so young. I just can't fathom being that young.
Yeah, and not only that, but not only do I love Michael Jackson, but are you familiar with the movie Selena with Jennifer Lopez?
You know, I was aware of that and I never saw it. I think she's a wonderful actress. She's very
Yeah, and
talented.
but since it happens, it just so happens that that I happen to know some of Selena's music because I can sing in Spanish too. Would you like to hear it?
Bueno, cantes en español.
Ah, fantástico, como la flor con tanto amor la viste tú, se marchito, me marcho hoy, yo se perden, pero ay, cómo me duele, ay, cómo me duele, ay, cómo me duele.
Fantastic. If I didn't have the hold the phone, I would clap, but I imagine me
I
clapping one
know.
the sound of one hand clapping.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was it like working with Michael Jackson?
Oh, it was like a paid vacation. Are you kidding me? It was fantastic. You know, I got paid a whole bunch of money to go around the world and party. Really,
And
because
yeah. So, how many years did you play with him?
10, I did all of his
10.
solo tours. Yeah, yeah. From
Wow.
1987 to 1997. That was the Bad Tour in 87, the Dangerous Tour in 92, and the History Tour in 97.
Wow. Well, that must have been a blessing to have worked with him.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? That's the
Oh
best
man.
gig on planet Earth. And, you know, most tours, it's very, very expensive to tour. In fact, Michael's manager told me it cost, on the Bad Tour, it cost $500,000 every week just to keep everybody out on the road. Because there was 100 people that would travel together between the roadies and the caterers, the costumers, the security guards. There were so many people on that tour. Um, and most tours, because it's so expensive, have to keep moving every day. They try to book as many shows as possible. But with Michael, in part because it was such a big show and took a long time to put the stage together, and also in part because he had reached a point in his career where he didn't have to kill himself with
Yeah.
with playing too much. We only worked 2 or 3 days a week, so we had
Uh
plenty
huh.
of time off to really see the areas that we were in, to experience the cuisine in like Japan or Italy, and just see all the sights. We'd go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower and get to
Mm-hmm.
just cruise and really experience the cultures that we were at. All around Switzerland, I think we went to Geneva and Bern. We did a bunch of different cities in Germany. So I was no stranger to Apfelstrudel, or what is that? Apple pie streusel. Is that it? Uh, I spent a lot of time in Germany. I did a lot of workshops also, besides just doing the Jackson gigs. I went over for the Digitech
Mm-hmm.
company and went to many, many cities. I mean, I would go over there for a month straight, and we'd be in a different city every single day. And I would demonstrate the Digitech equipment. And I've done gigs with my own band and done solo gigs there too. It's such a big, um, fairly wealthy country and really into music. So spent a lot of time.
Yeah.
What's the name of my cab? That Apfelstrudel. Apfelstrudel. I still remember some of the names of the food, like gemischte Salat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mixed salad. Um, Flughafen. You got to know where the airport is.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Lavelle
Yeah.
Smith's name go by.
Yeah. So where? Yeah. So Jennifer, where were you when you found out that Michael Jackson had passed away in 2009?
I was in my car locally in Portland, And at first I didn't believe it because there's so many rumors about him all the time.
Yeah,
And
always,
yeah,
always stuff going around.
right, yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, my first thought was sympathy for his children. You know, what a horrible thing to lose your parent early, especially with they're such young kids. It was just devastating.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, because yeah, because his son Prince is the same age as me.
oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I'm yeah, yeah,
You know, the signal is starting to go away. It's not so strong. I'm going to click on this other number and see if my phone explodes or if it brings somebody else in. Um, oh, there's questions that came in. Oh, now that's going to take my monocle of my glasses. Rodrigo, yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to play with him, I think, in November, if that happens. I don't know. Brazil might just be off the map with the virus. Do I have any projects? Oh, that happened twice. And how is Elvis? Elvis he's a little bastard. That's how he is. He's the love of my life, but he's got control issues, that guy, and I'm a shit trainer. So thank God they're not Great Danes. My dogs would probably kill me if that was the case. Oh, you can't hear me anymore? Now, why is that? Okay, can you hear me? Allison, can you hear me? I guess not. Ah, oh, Jesus, what happened? See, it would blow up. I'm going to click on this again. Ah, damn it. You know, oh, I'm going to remove you and see if that changes it. Can you guys hear me now? Uh, I wonder if I can scroll back on this. Ah, the question came and went. Oh, I can bring it back. Okay. You had a poster of me and MJ at the Super Bowl, and I used to go to sleep and wake up with your faces. That can be kind of scary. You met me and got something signed. Oh, the poster signed. One of the top 5 moments in your life. Wow. You need to get out more. Well, I'm glad I was able to sign it for you. Okay, we got another. Yeah, you know what, guys? Thank you so much for showing up. This is my first Instagram live, but I'm hungry. I'm gonna go cook some lunch, and I will be back. And keep your questions coming. And I'm going to end this. And I will be on YouTube live too. I'll be posting everywhere where I will be. Thanks so much. Bye.